In this video, you'll learn about some common question types you may be given for Task 2. Here we're going to look at these 5 question types. For all these questions, you can use the same general essay structure of an introduction, 2 or sometimes 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. For these questions, you must give your opinion, but the exact wording of the instruction can look quite different. Here are some examples of how these question instructions may be written. Although each instruction looks quite different, they're all asking you to choose a particular side. Questions 1 and 2 are asking if you agree or disagree with the statement, while questions 3 and 4 are asking you to decide if the statement is positive or negative. The next type of question is discussion questions. In this question type, the instruction does not ask you to give your opinion. Instead, you need to write about 2 sides of a topic. In this example question, the 2 sides are benefits and risks. While opinion questions require you to argue for one side over another, discussion questions require you to discuss both sides. Even though you are not asked to give your opinion in discussion questions, you should still do this by drawing a conclusion based on your main points. One way to do this is by adding a final comment in your conclusion paragraph, which provides an overall opinion, recommendation, or prediction. This is important because if you do not draw conclusions, you cannot receive more than a band 5 in task response. You can learn more about the final comment in the conclusion lesson. The next type of question is a combination of both discussion and opinion. Discussion with opinion questions have 2 parts. Firstly, you're asked to discuss parts of the topic. Secondly, you're asked to give an opinion. To achieve a band 6 or above in task response, you must ensure that you address all parts of the task. So for this example question, you must include both a discussion of the 2 systems and an opinion about which is better. This could be done in 3 body paragraphs. Questions about a problem will usually ask you to write about the causes, effects, or solutions of a particular problem, or a combination of these. Here is an example question. There is a statement, and then an instruction to discuss the problem this has created and then offer some practical solutions. This means you need to write about the effects of the problem of increased cars and then provide some solutions. These can be worded in different ways, and you need to be able to identify exactly what the question is asking you. Look at these examples. The first one asks you to write about effects and solutions. The second asks you to write about causes and effects. And the third asks you to write about solutions only. Similar to discussion questions, you're not asked to give your opinion for this question type. However, you can still draw a conclusion by giving a final comment in your conclusion paragraph. Remember, this can be a recommendation, opinion, or prediction based on what you have written. The final type is 2-part questions. As you can see in this example, there is 1 statement and 2 questions. Once again, you must ensure that you understand and address each question correctly. Look at the 2 questions. Do you need to give your opinion? The first question, do you think, is asking you to give your opinion, but the second question is not. We've looked at 5 question types for Task 2. However, Task 2 can present you with all kinds of questions which may look quite different from the examples we have seen. The key is to read them carefully and make sure you answer each part of the question. And remember, no matter what the question, you can still follow the same general structure that we have looked at earlier in the course.